All right, guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Hope you guys are feeling good and are doing well. Hey, wrong bet, man. Wrong bet is in the building. Wrong bet is in the building today. Looking good, man. Looking good. Looking clean. So let's write up the watch list and let's jump into it. Of course, be sure to check out the disclaimer, right? Understand that day trading is risky business. So I got POAI as the main stock. This one's leading the way, pretty strong, looking decent. There's also PBM, and then there's STSS, cheaper stock. MIRA, maybe if it curls up a little bit more, maybe. So that's the extended list. POAI is definitely looking like the one so far, but you know, it could be a little extended, right? Hopefully we can see some follow through into the open. So right now we got a high of 257. The low of the last pullback has been around 196, 197, so around $2. Previous highs before this breakout around 220. The last time I traded it, let's see. The last time I traded it, the 200 EMA looks like it was a little higher. That level is now at 228. So I'm gonna fix that. We also had a high point of 259 on May 28th. That day we had 96 million shares of volume, 259. Could be an area of resistance here, or right up at that level. If we can break through, then you know that could give us a good chance of pushing higher. The next level I have marked out is at 375, going back to February of this year. So I'm going to make sure to start up my screen recording. For those of you tuning in on the YouTube channel, be sure to hit that thumbs up.
TOPS.
TOPS. Let's see. Okay, it looks good. Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, any of these streaming platforms. It's another beautiful day in the markets, and we got POAI up 96%. Oh, up 120%, excuse me. It's broken out some more and pushing up. PBM, on the other hand, is also pretty strong and is up 176% despite this recent consolidation and chop. High point from yesterday, 137. We basically have a double top coming into the pre-market highs here at this level. The low of the pullback is all the way down there at 96. I'd hope we don't, you know, revisit those lows. Other than that, on the daily, we got 121 for the 200 EMA. And other than that, going back to March 8th, we had 150 million shares of volume in one day, which is absolutely insane. And the high point of that day was 431. I'm going to put the low of that candlestick as well. The low was 211. 211. Again, that was March 8th. SERV from a few days ago. Let's see. How are we doing? Still has a ways to go. Doesn't look that great. Doesn't look that great. So PBM again up 170%, 32 million shares of volume. We could see something here, especially if it can push through to 120. Other than that, I have STSS, which is up 42%. This one is a sub $1 stock, and we'll see if it does offer something. Sometimes these stocks can be hit or miss. Some days they're strong, other days if something over one is moving well, then I find that a lot of people aren't really watching at these. It kind of depends. Some people do prefer it, but if you have a stock at $5 going to the moon, I think that's where the attention is going to be, right? So 48 cents for the high here, or excuse me, 40 cents. 40 cents for the highs. And 40.80 to be exact. We'll see how this one does here coming into the open. That's STSS. So waiting patiently. Yesterday we had a bit of a red day. So, and we really realized how much lag we could see in the first minute, the first couple seconds into the open. So definitely not going to look for any opening surge trades right now on POAI. Just going to wait patiently. And once we start to see dips, I'll try to get in. I think if I do want to trade in the first minute, that's the way to go. But other than that, just going to take it slow, going to take it easy. Not looking to rush. And I do like that we're moving through 258 area. So this is a good sign, and I'd like to see us hold up if possible here. So POAI, I'm going to have just 1,500 shares to start, and then I'll increase my share size from there. If we can see some good trades, some good price action, some smooth setups. Other than that, let's look forward to trading to the best of our abilities. It's another beautiful day. We get another chance to be disciplined and to exercise patience. So let's make it count. We don't want to look back at this day and say, man, we blew all of our rules. Let's make sure that we do what's right, in the moment now. So at the end of this day, we can look back and smile and feel good. The aim, of course, is green. So let's see what we can't do here today. Can you smell what Relentless Trader is cooking? Did I even post the live stream? I don't think I did. That's all right. They'll find it. They know where to find me, right? 273. Trying the dip there, but a high fill. A bit of a high fill on that dip. We got highs of 75. So far, it definitely is a much more smooth than some of the other stocks in terms of the volatility on the level 2, but it is trending down for now. Trending down. Again, I would have loved to see us holding the 50 area, but it's early. We could see maybe it does a red to green later, but definitely seeing selling pressure early. MIRA, I'm going to check it out. Perhaps this one will be a little bit better. Well, maybe not, because it's up and then right back down. 373 down to 318. Man, what's going on with these stocks today? I know it's early, but massive bearish engulfing. Well, moving along, nothing to see here. C-Max, we'll see. 480 area. I'm noticing a bit of a spread, and it seems kind of thin. So I think I want to be careful here with the breakout opportunities. Can the dips hold up and take us up a little higher here? CMAX. Some resistance at 5 so far. Can it get through? There's 5. There's some green on the tape. But only a 1. Well, that's not what I want to see. Straight into a halt down. Trying to take the dip at 70s, 60s. Well, moving along. Nothing to see here. Which one is going to be the one to hold up? POAI. And I'm buying 70 aggressive there because it just held up. Green 290 to red 140. Okay. 45. There's a few bids here. Oh my goodness. What's going on? What's this, a fourth time? Like, if it flushes down some more, I'll take this dip. Bro, this is insane. These levels of pullback. We had resistance there in terms of the high of the bear flag, mid 40s. It's at 56. There's maybe like 100,000 shares of buyers at 50. I'm in. Those orders are getting filled. I'm like, okay, I'll cut the trade. Thankfully, I didn't get any slippage. This is insane. So SLRX. I mean, the daily chart here sucks. This one could do something, but the charting definitely sucks. This is like a brutal. I mean, we've. It's not like we haven't seen this before, but you know, it's definitely a brutal start to the day here. This is madness. Day trading, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be able to take the good with the bad. These are the type of storms we have to weather to have our nice green days. So I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna keep on smiling, reduce size, manage risk. No problem here. Okay, BLMZ looks a little bit better. BLMZ. Hopefully this one can hold up. Hopefully this one here holds up nicely. All right, so highs are at 420. I'm a little late to the show here. And I'm going to miss that beautiful dip. 390. It's moving fast, so it definitely has potential. I only filled 500 shares. 92, a bit of a higher fill there, but I did mark it in. 80, 89. It has potential, but there's a lot of risk if it doesn't go in the breakout. It's having resistance. Should have went to like 40, 50 there. It's having some resistance. What is it going to be? Do we need to come back down? Or are we going to try again? $68 fill. Not ideal. It's going to be a pretty low pullback there though. 40? What was that 30? 50? No, 50. These stocks are like bottomless pits today. Bottomless pits. Bottomless pits. Not one stock has held up a move, so it's kind of concerning here. It's just looking like a weaker start to this day. Maybe things can turn around, but definitely not what we want to be seeing here. Some people right here, right now, will just say, hey, I'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back later, power hour. They're not even going to waste time watching it anything else. I'm sticking to the small size. I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to stick to the small size, just 1,500 shares, and wait around. POAI struggling at 50. No good. CMAX, nice push up, but can we hold sustain this type of move? That's going to be the key. $45.38 for SLRX and $49.32 CMAX. Couple seconds, SLRX. Let's see if it does something. 316. We had some bids at 50, but we didn't quite dip. We'll see how it does here. Will we see that dip? Not the cleanest. Keep watching. And we see the move back up. It seems like it wants to be strong here. KB, brother. KB, are the Bulls still alive? No, they're not. Bulls are in the depth. Okay, switching over to CMAX. It's gonna get through 4, but back down. SLRX. I should have made money there. I did sell over 5 slippage. It's coming back down a bit. Waiting. CMAX. This one is pretty choppy, man. SLRX, the other bids are coming down. It's a little tricky. This level 2 and tape is like the wild, wild west. Wild, wild west. I'm looking for an extended dips only. It's a lot of buying right there, despite seeing a lot of red on the tape. It's gonna dip, it's gonna come up. Yeah, the breakouts, the breakouts are just no good. Despite that high volume coming in on the tape in those areas, just right back down. Gave it gave into temptation into that breakout there. It's looking like it wants to come down. What's it gonna do? Can we see that bigger dip? These stocks are a disaster today. Again, I mentioned some people are not going to even waste their time. It's not looking like anything is going to come. Probably not till late morning or maybe late mid afternoon. We gotta like wait for this to like get washed away, and then once the new wave of momentum comes. So even with the small size, trying to stick around and see if something might come that's decent quality. Nothing but the depths. So I think this is a good place for me to shut it down and then come back later. Every now and again, we'll get these type of days where everything is just like selling off. So POAI is just another example. So shutting it down, red 400, shutting it down. SLRX, POAI, CMAX, just all up down like a seesaw. Nothing sustaining its gains and moving higher. So locking it in and coming back later. We got Twin in the building. What's up? What's up? The spider is running around on this wall here. The pastor is getting out of here and coming back later. So, for those of you who are going to go the distance all the way till 4 without a break, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. I'll be back on something in the chat. It's roaring and good. If not, I risk taking too many paper cuts to a max loss watching this nonsense. POAI back down, taking the stairs to go up, and the not even the elevator, this is just free fall. Jumping out of the plane without parachutes, coming down. But yeah, stay safe, stay green. Check out those links, by the way, for those of you who do want to stay a part of the action in the chat. Feel free to check us out. But there's not anything right now that's showing me that we can be up thousands of dollars. You know, unless POAI does get over the highs here and can maintain its levels. Or is it getting ready to fool us again with another big red candle, you know? Fool me once, fool me twice. How many more times is it going to take POAI? POAI, what's it going to be? I'm definitely not touching it here. It needs to hold up at least one green candle over 60 for me to get involved. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're now tuning in, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Watching at POAI to see if it holds over 60 with a good green candle. If not, not getting involved. Waiting patiently. It's getting right up into the resistance. What is it going to be? Can we get through 50? And can we start to hold above 55, 60 with green candles, full body green candles to get these short sellers to cover? Well, it looks like they're going to cover straight through. This is good. This is good. This is good. Most impressive. I'm not sure what that is. It's like we're seeing a big bid and then we're back below the bid without any real selling. So is the order just coming up and being cancelled? You know what's going on there. I think though, as long as we can hold up key levels, that's all that's gonna matter. And now there's a big seller at 80. Okay. Actually, let's give this a sec. I want this dip, but I need it in the right area. Saw this resistance 70, 75, 80, 70, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75. Okay, 75, 77. Come on, show me 80. Oh, no. Worth a shot. Sometimes it can go all the way, but not in that case. Is that a bid? Small bids. I'll get back in here if it holds. Can we see over 80? Let's see if that bid is real at 80. Saying 100,000 shares. Can we come down and test the buyer? Can we go through the moon here? Shares are being... Come on. Not the trade I want. So yeah, it's gonna be some chop there. We didn't really see any red on that buyer, by the way. It's kind of just there. There it is. Can we see that immediate bounce? Only 74. If it holds tight and see more green, I'll get back in here. These entries. Okay, cool. Low 65. I'm gonna reduce my share size again for now. If we get the next incline, I'll try to size up, but for now I'll reduce size, play a little bit of defense, and then if we can get the next move. Come on, show us over 85. These stocks, I tell you. 72, 70. As long as it doesn't flush out miserably. Come on, show us that buying. Can we see 75 and 80 again here? What more do we need to see at this level? Unless these orders need to be filled. Perhaps that's the case. I'm willing to get back in lower here. But can we sustain? And can we keep going? Come on, come on. 85, 85, 70, 70 on the bid, 67. It's too early to be seeing a pullback after that dip. If this can give us a new high of day into the halt up, then we can do very well very quickly here if it provides the entry. If it comes down, it needs to be back up immediately. Nothing. Okay. There needs to be more buying here if this is gonna work. Come on. Show us something. Nope. 50K bid comes up, nothing happens. So if it comes down here, it needs to reclaim immediately. For my liking. Not. Could be backside. Or a much bigger pullback. Maybe down to like 40, 50. I'm just gonna wait and watch the dip. If not, maybe mid 70s with high volume. Here's 50. Are we gonna go lower? Saw 42, but it was for a quick moment. Back to 50. No chance for me to really get in there. See, I'm expecting there to be a pullback there, but there's no way to really know with 100% certainty for what price we're gonna drop to. And the low there was 36. So if I'm to put out an order and just leave it sitting, it's dangerous because it could drop not only to 36, but you know, 06 or 96, and I'm just buying the falling knife. The way how it came down and popped up is just too quick for me to even try to get in at 42, which is what I saw on the level 2 as the low. So just waiting and watching. It's not the best chart, but I guess we're kind of working with it. What a nonsense stock. CMAX, disappointing. POAI with the earlier bigger drops, very rough. We now have 8 red candles in a row. Perhaps, can we see that bounce? Few buyers coming in. Definitely gradual, slow. Nothing quick here. In terms of pattern, the cup and handle. But we really need to hold up this area here. 40s, 50s. So far, the 1 minute candle is making a new high. This could be a good start here. But we need to see some buying. We need to see the bulls waking up and not just sleeping. Like, this cannot afford to fail here. 40. Okay, good. Now can we get back over 50? It seems like people are trying to reshort it. There's like more selling here than I would want to see, but it could be setting, they could be setting themselves up again if it goes, which is always the good news when short sellers are present. If it goes through 60, then more than likely we'll see some sort of covering, and then we can see the accelerated push to 70, and before you know it, just like that, we're kind of back at high of day. So if the next move comes, I expect it to be quicker. So I'm going to keep watching these areas to see how the buying continues to get into the stock. But I want to stay vigilant because it can start to move up out of nowhere. Slowly and steadily building up here. Slowly and steadily. This is good. Can we maintain some green candles here over the next few minutes? 51, 50. I guess early in the move, but we should still be able to see some high volume. Big levels here. POAI, big levels. I want to see it curling back up with a strong push. Flirting with the lows here. Flirting with the lows. Is it coming down? Perhaps it's coming down. The volume is getting light. Not seeing any buying off of 40. I'm going to keep an eye. What is it going to be? Alright. Easing off and waiting. Alright, this one might, I don't know, we'll see. That was a good looking start to a bounce, but a 40,000 share seller is gonna pop up. Easing off completely here for now. Thought there was some hope there for that to bounce, but maybe getting too carried away. To the depth, to the bottom of the seven seas. Crazy the amount of money that they give us to trade. Like, as in margin and leverage. Usually to borrow this kind of money, you gotta have some high credit score or some collateral or something. But in this space, they just give you 6 times your money, 5 times your money, 4 times your money, and say, hey, go have fun. Of course, there's risk, but typically you gotta come with some sort of like business plan or blueprint or, again, credit score, something that's saying that you're, responsible at paying back. In this space, they just give you 5 times your money with no questions asked. Interesting stuff it is. Very interesting. No, they don't let you take that money, that borrowed money out of your account, but it's in your account to buy assets, to buy stocks. There are interest fees and things of that nature. Again, it's always more risky if you're, over leveraging, right? Your account has 25K, but you're in 100K's worth. It's much easier to lose your balance quickly. But it's still interesting that they just give you the money with little resistance compared to borrowing on the outside, whether it's like a loan for a car or mortgage or something. I'm pretty sure even the interest that they charge us is nothing close to what the interest is on like these credit cards, for example. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe time to slow it down again. There's a lot of conversation in the YouTube stream. Looks like a lot of you guys are becoming good friends, right? Which is good. Some people come and go. There's some names that are new. There's some names that we remember from a long time. Sometimes I'll rewatch the live streams. There's like certain names. I'm like, oh man, wow, I forgot about that person. Today I reached out to today's another day where I couldn't sleep, so I'm up like, all hours of the morning. Reached out to Vitali, man. Vitali, if you're watching on, big shout out. Congratulations on the newborn. The ABCD. Can resistance become support? Not quite. SLRX maybe has, a decent chart to curl back up later. Everything else just looking slow. XCUR. Am I sleeping on XCUR? 70 cents, halt up, lighter volume. Halted a minute ago. See, for this stock here, I wouldn't want to use a ton of size, at least not right away. Could be good though. This could be good. I'm just gonna stick to 1,500 shares. Usually in this price range, it's 8,000, 10,000 plus, but 5K size. and the bills will be paid. Yeah, I'm sticking to small size. I'll have bigger size if I need it, but not gonna go big size right away. 5K size is now small size. $38 and 10 seconds. We got about a minute and some change to resumption. I mean, some of the members in the chat room are definitely aggressive traders, right? Much more aggressive than I am right now. I'm only willing to use 1,500 shares and 5K shares max size here. And some of the guys in the chat are saying 10K, 13K, 20K. I could see a guy like Save, maybe 30K shares. All depending on how much you're willing to risk and what you're comfortable with. If you're a beginner and you're using your small size, in these areas you stick to your small size. Don't let any outside influence derail you from your game plan. I want to see that it's good first, and if it provides a second trade, then I'll size up. So a couple seconds to go. Here it is. 73 cents. I lost money somehow. Strange. The spreads are not bad, so I could use a little more size. But can we see something good? Okay, maybe I should have held that a little longer. 86. There's a massive seller, 140,000. It might get through. Nice. 90. 95 is the halt up. There it is. It's going to skip through 90. Phil, they're a little high for the dip. Watching for the retest of 90. Come on. Oh, no, it's going down. Well, I'm scratch. Not much after all that. Good double bottom there. Okay, we see 86, 87 again. It's lingering here longer than I'd like. And there's the breakdown. The best trade there might have been that dip at 80 just now. Not went up to 85 if you could get the sell quickly to come out. 5 cents. Coming soon. 10K size minimum. Needed to hold that a little longer there, but all good in the neighborhood. The 68 for the halt down. Gotta watch out in case it teleports down. 68, not quite. 69, 68, 50. It's back up. These stocks are something else, man. Trading is definitely not easy, you know. Trading is not easy. It can seem easy at times when there's certain days where everything just seems to work, everything is so smooth. But I don't forget for a moment how difficult, this is. Days like yesterday where I come in, I hit the buy button 5 times and I'm down 2,500, Down 2,500 using 1,500 shares, 3,000 shares in 4 trades. If these stocks are going to be as aggressive as they are, especially on these resumptions, all I need is the dip. I don't care about anything else. If that first dip comes and it's like a solid dip, what we're used to seeing on what the trade should be, it's fair game. But other than that, it's just too volatile. It's just too volatile because even watching back the videos, where I'm trying to hit the buy button and get the fill, the stock is already 30 cents plus or minus from that area. So if it happens to be going down, it's an instant, like before I'm even in the trade, as I'm getting filled, it's like an instant loss. Much less if the broker's lagging a little bit. At that point, it's like there's no edge. So we have to wait until we see our edge. So we can always exercise discipline and not trade those stocks. Some people will choose not to. I'll still give them a try. And sometimes I mismanage. Sometimes I'm in with a little bit more size. I overestimate how quickly I can be out and how fast the stock can move. And just like that, losing trades. So it's all part of the deal. The good news is that, bro, don't try to call me during the live stream, man. Are you crazy? I'll have to change. What I'll do, I'll just change that setting. I gotta change that setting so that that doesn't happen. I don't even expect phone call. I don't even take phone calls during, like, it's rare. Phone calls, text messages, that stuff I don't respond to well once I'm working. To the depths with that. Cactus, sorry I butt dialed. If the resumption worked a shot for maybe an overextended dip, I'm not gonna try it. I'm not going to try it. Everything here just MLGO curling up a bit. It's a slow day, it's a rough day. I think maybe taking this little bit of green here is the way to go. Coming back another time. Especially after yesterday, the key is just to get green and get the heck out of here. If anybody has any questions, we can do a quick 5-minute Q&A for the Discord and the YouTube stream, and then we'll get out of here. 11 a.m. morning squeeze. I revenge traded and down 50% of my account in 3 days. Time to go back to the sim. Edric, is it Edric? This is one of the harder parts of trading, is dealing with the mental side of things. For sure on the outside looking in, for people who do not trade, at times what we're doing here can seem easy, as in we're not doing anything physical. But, a lot of days, at the end of the day, you can feel pretty tired without having to do anything physically. And it's like this mental warfare and torture. And ultimately, it's pretty risky too, because what's at stake is that whatever amount of money is in your account, and however bad your emotional spiral gets, if you have 30,000 in your account and you happen to have a really bad day where you lose control mentally, if the circumstances on that day is right, or let's say in this case wrong, your account can go to zero, or even worse if you're like a short seller, you can like go into the negatives, right? So it's honestly part of the feel, right? Where the job description requires us to be disciplined, and it's just like muscle we have to just work on every day. None of us are perfect, so whatever comes along that we haven't learned yet, we got to put it into consideration and essentially add it into our being, make it part of our arsenal, and come back stronger. You can't dwell on it. You can't say I should have did this. I should have done that. You got to just accept what happened, and then go back, reflect on it, and then plan accordingly to be better for next time. So you got to look forward, to be honest, you got to look forward to being in a rough situation similar to where you blew up. Look forward to being in that same situation again, but prevailing and doing what's right, doing what's disciplined in the future. Because the market has a way. The market, it's so crazy that like the market isn't really a person per se, but it's almost as if it's a person that knows your deepest, darkest, secrets of how to get you upset, how to get you frustrated, how to get you to break the rules. And so it's like the moment you try to give in, the moment you give in to the temptation of doing the wrong thing, it's gonna blaze you. And what might happen sometimes is that it might even reward you to trick you into thinking that this can work. And then even maybe a second time you do the wrong thing, you get paid. And then the third time is just waiting for you. It's like, yeah, he's gonna try. Watch, he's in the same situation. He's having a rough time. Watch, he's gonna go and try and do this action again. And then right there, you get collect. That's it. So we can't give in to the temptation, man. Going too far, and you have to have these boundaries where you're not gonna cross, right? In terms of max losses and understanding yourself to know that you're frustrated and to walk away. We had the question a couple days ago, like how we manage risk, and we mentioned that it's essentially in everything that we do, from our stock selection to how we look to take the trade, how we judge the spreads, the volatility, how we're looking to accept the risk beforehand, how we're looking to have a profit target and a stop loss beforehand. All these things are like part of the system, and it's not just one thing, but it's a collection and a combination of things to help us manage risks so that we don't go off track. Because what can happen, let's just say for instance there's 15 to 20 different things we're always looking at. If you kind of forget or ignore one or two, you should never blow up or have issues. Even five of those things, maybe it can result into a bigger loss on a day, but it shouldn't ever be anything outside of the realm of what you know of, right? Or can handle, right? Because it's so, I mean, sometimes in pre-market people can get caught with the secondary offerings where there's no halts going down, and it's like they come and the stock is like down $2 a share very quickly in seconds. But I mean, even then, you kind of already know that that's a thing that can happen. So it's like if you accept that already, it shouldn't really be a surprise, right? You can be in with size, and even for us, right? We can take a breakout with size and it teleport down and halt down. I mean, we've seen it before. And for me, that's how I could lose like 15,000 in 5 minutes. If it's to happen, I already know that it's part of what this is, right? I even plan for days where I'm in trades and my power go out, my internet goes out, and I'm at the mercies of the market. I've already accepted that I could come back after 5-10 minutes and be down 30-40,000. It's just what it is. I mean, we've seen it on higher levels, on these bigger YouTube channels. We've seen it before. And that's a good thing when the traders out there are transparent. We can see what happens, right? I mean, and even some of the best traders in the world had bigger red days, man. whether it's something technical in the broker or something emotional happened. We all kind of take those big losses, so you just got to plan accordingly and make adjustments and come back. But you had to make adjustments. If you come back under the same system, then the same thing is going to happen to you again and again and again. At one point, I was here feeling like I was a mad person. Like, this is like years ago. This is the classic story of me going into the backyard. I wouldn't say that I was crying, but tears was definitely coming out of my eyes. That day, I was asking myself if I was insane, if I wasn't capable. That's what I was really asking myself. If I wasn't capable, because is this thing of knowing what you're doing wrong, and then still not being able to do anything about it, and that right there can make you do things that you wouldn't do otherwise, like in terms of just frustration and just anger. Can you imagine going to work every day, knowing exactly what you need to do, but for some reason you could never do it properly? You're always deviating, you're always changing something. And then in the end of the day, you say, if I had just stuck to my rules, it feels like you're in an insane asylum. It's how I felt all those years ago. It still happens to this day, but it doesn't happen nearly as close to the level it was happening back then. And even Tim, I saw in the chat yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, was like, I made the same mistakes I was working on that caused me to like give back some profits and then have to work my way back to bigger green. Everybody's kind of dealing with some stuff, but we got to continue to be refined, right? It's a good thing, right? Because you got to be able to look at it from the bright side, which is that there's room for improvement, there's room for progress, and if you can be a better version of yourself, then you can be where you need to be, right? So even on days like today, days like yesterday, days where maybe I could have made more money, the market isn't going anywhere. And I'll be here looking to improve, so I already know what's to come. There's no way that I'm not gonna improve, man. For me to stay the same, I'll have to die. I'll have to die today before I stay the same person I am today forever. This just not it's not possible. I'm gonna force myself into making improvements. I'll force myself into being better. Even if it takes long, even if it takes weeks and months and years, I'll force myself to be better. I'm going to put myself out of my comfort zone and I'm going to smile in the face of adversity. So when I'm in the same situation again, where the market is waiting to get me, it's going to be a good old boxing match. And it's where I start to say these things like, for those people who've been watching me for a long time, there's certain gestures and things that I'll say as I trade, and I don't say everything, but sometimes things kind of come out. For sure, the long time viewers have had to have heard me say it's not gonna be like last time. I'm pretty sure I said that at least a couple times throughout the weeks, and that's just me looking forward to that challenge again because there's a similar stock, similar price action. Last time it got me, maybe I was red, maybe I didn't make as much as I wanted to. So it's like today, it's like, yeah, I got time today. I come, you got to rub your hands together and just be ready, man. You got to be ready for the fight. You got to get excited knowing that it's a hard road, but you can still win. It's like, yeah, I got time today. I got time today. And we come in and we're disciplined traders, and we look forward to having that smoke. Okay, enough of that. I'm heading out of here. Hopefully that helps out a few people out there who are having a rough time and going through it a little bit. Because of course there's people going through it every day, right? So hopefully that helps out a few traders. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible. It's possible. There are days where there's nothing that I want to do more than to wake up and go again, you know? I just want to wake up and trade again. I want to wake up and give it another go. Lucas with a nice day today. Hey, shout out to Lucas, man, one of the MMU students getting it done. And Lucas definitely woke up excited today. A nice, sweet $7,000 green day, holding it down here in the chat room, where we do have a few people who ended red today. Checking out, let's see. Dynasty, small green today. Cactus, small green as well. TC with a nice green day here today and a nice green week so far. No trades yesterday. All right, heading out. Stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the rest of the day, and continue to be your best selves. Can the best version of you be a solid trader? If the answer is yes, then we know we have to get to work and keep pushing. If the answer is no, then maybe we consider a different career option. Because, at the end of the day, opportunity costs, and the time that we're spending doing this is time that we could be spending doing something else. But that's the question we ask ourselves: are we capable? Is our best self going to be capable? And sometimes it can even be towards a different strategy. If this doesn't align with your personality and just doesn't match with what you want to do, how you perceive the market, maybe you need something a little longer hold, swing trades or something, then you can always pursue like a different strategy, right? But yeah, guys, take it easy, stay safe, stay green. Pastor signing out.